Hi, I'm Ken. Just like you, I'm a modern astronomer. This is my series on using Pixinsight. This is session number 5, where I'm going to teach you about stretching. I have 3 different ways I'm going to show you to stretch. If you've watched any of the others, I've gone everything from setting up your environment to all the way where we're at now, a lot of pre-processing. I still consider stretching part of pre-processing. So let's get started. If you watch the other 2, you see we're down to just having 2 images. One that is our HA that is not stretched yet, so let's get rid of that. And the other one is our SII, and it'll look like that. All right, so let's go ahead and stretch. Let's start with our C1 filter. All right, I am going to duplicate this and get rid of you. All right, so this is a duplicate of it, and that's what we're going to work on for stretching. The easiest stretch there is Easy Processing Suite. So it's under Script, Easy Processing Suite. If you haven't downloaded it, download it. It's free, well worth it. Great beginner tool. It'll get you moving very fast. With this, you can set up your own the way you want it to be. You could do everything from changing your target medium, which see that brightened it up a little, but also brighten up everything. So let's see if we can get rid of some of the dark, a little darker. And now aggressive, a little bit lighter there. All right, so let's just see how that comes out. All right, so there's our first one. That is our HA. And we are going to rename this one as, oh, there we go, C1HA. And we are going to call this EZ because we used Easy Processing Suite. All right, call that. We're going to drag that one up there. And now this one, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to duplicate it. And with our duplicate, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to open up Script, Easy Processing Suite, Soft Stretch. I'm going to leave the settings the same. I doubt I'll be able to make them any better. Boom, that one's the same way. Let's go ahead and rename that one instead of clone to EZ. All right, so Easy Processing Suite. Pretty easy, right? Took all of, we're 2 minutes into the video since I started doing it. Next one is one that you don't really see people do. And I don't know why, because this one works probably the best. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to duplicate it. Get rid of you. All right, with our duplication, I am going to open up the histogram. Okay, so it's histogram transformation. I have it over here as a process icon. Of course, you can get to it here by typing in histogram. Okay, and then double click on it. Here's all the instructions on how to use it. Also under processes, you can find it through here, or just do alphabetical, which is what I tend to do the most, and open it up there. Either way, it's going to open up there. The first thing you always have to do is tell it what image you're looking at. So this one's called C1HA clone. C1HA clone. All right, so there is our image. Notice I haven't done much, but I'm going to bring that up a little so we can see it a little bit more. We want to drag, actually, let's do that first. So there's going to be a preview window. We want to drag you right next to this, okay? So a little bit more, okay? And now I'm going to bring you back down. So notice there's 2 more arrows. There's one here and one here. All right, so we are going to drag both of these until we get this image looking the way we want it to look. And all right, we're getting there. So this really sets the curve, this one here, and this sets the midtones. So if we go up higher, see with that, we have a little bit of probably the light pollution that I'm getting from my neighbors. So let's get rid of that a little bit. Let's bring this one up a little bit more. I'm going to bring you into it now to get myself a little darker. Once again, bring up that. Oh, baby, that's starting to look good. I like. So this one is more or less just playing. One thing to pay attention is right in the center that you don't overstretch it. And I'm thinking I'm liking this. All right, I'm going to keep that mess up there because I think we can get rid of that. At least I'm hoping we can. All right, let's create it. Boom. Oh, that's overstretched for sure. Get rid of that. All right, so let's get rid of our real-time preview. We're going to rename this one to HA Hist for the histogram. Okay, we're going to put you up there next to you and reset all our settings. And now we're going to open this one, make a clone, duplicate, minimize you. All right, and here's our clone. We're going to change that to SII clone. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. I'll first zoom down and bring these before I zoom up again. All right, so I opened up my preview window. We're going to drag you over. Remember, I like starting right on the edge, so, and then moving in if I have to. And same thing, we're going to just play around till we get it looking the way we want it to look. It's not looking bad at all. All right, so remember what I said about the middle. We don't want to go stretching too much to wash that middle out. I think we can take that and see what we get. All right, so let's hit create. Get rid of our preview window. And this one is going to also be named Hist. ST. All right, so now we have our 2 with the easy processing suite, our 2 with the histogram, and now the hardest stretch of them all. I even have a hard time saying this. It's generalized hyperbolic stretch. All right, so it's a script. I have it over here. Sometimes it works with that. Obviously, right now it's not going to, so I am going to type it in over here. And generalized hyperbolic stretch. Again, the instructions, if you want to read them, I highly recommend you read some of these instructions because they'll take some of the guesswork out of what you're doing. And the same thing, I am going to duplicate you. The reason I duplicate is this way I have the originals before I've stretched if I ever have to go back and start over for whatever reason, which you will. All right, so now this one's a little bit different. Same thing, we're going to open up a preview window. It kind of works just like the histogram, but it's a lot more in depth. So the first thing we want to do is, let's zoom up a little. I usually go right on this line right there that we're on and then get as close as I can without touching color and click. So see, there's just a little bit of space right there. I'm on 5 is my zoom factor. Okay, down here we want to change to linear. So make sure that we're setting the linear mode. So when we do this, now we are going to set the black point of the image. I always say breakpoint, but black point. Hit that. Actually, I think I just messed up. We're going to start over. Yep, we did mess up. All right, so again, we're going to click right there. We're going to send back to linear. Now we're going to send to BP. All right, there we go. I should have known. All right, now we're going to send that. So that just created the black point of the image. We're going to go back here now. And now let's zoom this baby up a little. All right, so right now I'm on RGB. I'm on generalized. All my colors are pretty much even, which is what we want. So we're going to go up between that line there and the bottom about halfway and go halfway between the width there. So we're halfway between the length of that, halfway between the width of there. I don't know if the length matters as much, but for sure halfway between this matters. We're going to hit send to SP. Now we're going to stretch it out. Now what you don't want to do is overstretch. Oh, let's create that again. What you don't want to do is overstretch. You know, something like that. That's way too much. Baby steps with this. Baby steps are very important. Okay, so we're just going to stretch that much. I don't even see where anything has happened, but we're going to do it. All right, so we got a little bit of an image. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to go halfway between. Right there, we're going to send to SP. Same thing, just a little bit of that image just coming through now. Let's do it again. All right, so we're starting to look a little better. And let's do it one more time. Halfway between everything. And stretch it out. I'm starting to like what I'm seeing. I'm going to hit that button right there to get rid of all that extra and then go back to start over again. So we're starting to get there. We're going to do the same thing one more time. We're keeping it on RGB. We're still there. I'm going to click in the middle, send to SP, which that sets the cemetery point. And then we are going to stretch out just a little more. You're really stretching for what you're looking for. So that's a little too dark. That's a little overstretched. So someplace right in there. Let's do that one. And go back here. Okay, I don't know if we're going to be able to stretch much more without starting to get overstretched, but we're going to find out. Okay, we're going to click there, do it again. See, I think we're starting to overstretch. So we're really only going to move up just a hair and then call that one a night. All right, so that one's, we're going to call you done. Okay, this time we're going to rename this one as GH. Okay, bring you up here, back here. Now we're going to do our SII. We're going to do the exact same thing that we just did on the other. So again, we're going to duplicate, minimize you, take the clone. We're going to open you up just a hair right there. We're going to get as close as we can without touching. We're going to change this to linear, send to the black point. Okay, so now we can get rid of you. All right, so let's zoom you in a little. And Boom, right about, well, we're not quite centered. There we go. Well, still not quite centered, but close enough. All right, we're going to hit send to SP. And now we're going to create a preview window. Remember, we don't want to overdo it the first shot, just a little bit. Send. Boom. Same thing. Stretch it out. Send it. And I'm only doing the zoom just so you can see where I'm clicking. When you're doing it, you don't necessarily need to zoom because you can pretty much see it. Okay, we're going to right there. Send. Boom. Set back. We're going to send. Right there. Boom. And I think we're going to, one or two more where we're there. Okay, so there's that one. We're gonna stretch it out a little. So see, we're starting to look good in there. Send it. Boom. All right, I get a feeling this will be my last one, but we will find out, of course. Okay, so see, I felt like I was starting to go a little too much, too bright. Send it. Now let's find out if we need another. Same thing, we're going to click right in the middle. Send it. See, that's overdone. I think that's going to be it. I don't think we're going to be getting anything else out of that. Now, there's other settings in here that you can do. You can also do individual colors. You can do the lightness, the saturation, but that's all stuff that we can do either with the histogram or curves, which is my norm. All right, so let's close you out. Get rid of you. We're going to rename you as GH. And so there it is. We have just stretched 3 different ways. Now we are going to work on our next one on fixing these images on all 3. We're going to separate the stars, and then we're going to start working on each one at a time and try to get each one looking great. At that point, we do not know if we're going to be using 1, 2, or all the images that we're working with. And this is why I like taking a lot more images. I've also learned that these filters work very good. As you saw, the image without the filter was washed out from the lights from my neighbor's backyard. All right, again, thanks for watching. I'm Ken, like you. I'm a modern astronomer. This is my lessons on how to use Pixinsight. The next one we'll be doing is taking these images and cleaning them up and separating from the stars, and let's see what we can do with them.